Hey, what is up everybody? This is Rob, and for this video we will be talking about the top items I think you should own if you are a vehicle owner. You know, I got some of this information from talking to some of my own car friends, and honestly just from my own recollections. And at the end of the day, it's like maybe you're a new vehicle owner, maybe you've had one for a while and you're just kind of wondering, are there any things I should own, while I own it? So with that being said, here's a list of things that both, my friends thought, yeah, this has been really important, tool for me. And also these are items that I wish I had from the get-go because it would have made my car ownership experience a whole lot easier. Number one, you want to have an OBD-II scanner, guys. What is that for? Well, you've all seen the jokes about the dreaded check engine light. Well, what you do is you get the check engine light, you plug that into the car, and with the scanner, you are now able to see exactly what is wrong with the vehicle. You will get some codes. Usually what will happen is you get the codes, you put the codes into Google or any other search engine, and then you will usually find some other people who had the same problem in the codes, and tell you, hey, this is how to fix it. Sometimes it's a nice easy fix. Sometimes it's just, just that your gas cap isn't screwed on tightly and that you just need a new gas cap. Sometimes it's a big problem that you will need to take a mechanic into. But just know that if you take your vehicle to the dealership, sometimes if you have a check engine light, just for running those codes, they'll charge you like $100. So you might as well just get that OBD-II, scanner, and then you can just do it on your own. Save some money, and who knows, might save you even more money, and it turns out to pull out some codes for an easy fix for you. Car batteries die. That sucks. Now usually when the car batteries die, you're able to jump them just using a simple jump pack. A jump battery pack, is nice and small. They work pretty well. I've been using one quite a bit for my Tacoma, mainly because I don't drive it a lot. So then when I do, the battery's dead, I have to re-jump it. It is nice not have to depend on someone else to be there with some jumper cables and your own vehicle. So having a jump pack just in your glove compartment is very easy. And then just make sure you keep it charged up. Usually every year I'll charge mine up fully. And usually I'm able to use it about 6 to 8 times before I need to recharge it up again. The one I did link below is the one that I do own myself, and honestly it's been phenomenal. I've had it for about 3 years now. I've used it to jump a variety of vehicles and it does the job. So guys, make sure to look into one. You don't want to end up stranded with a battery that is dead because that always sucks. Next item, jumper cables, you guys. Just in case the jumper pack isn't enough, you want to have some nice jumper cables. I linked some really nice ones below. These are the exact same ones I use. Now, I do recommend having a good pair that is also relatively long. You won't always be lucky enough that the vehicle that you're using to jumpstart, your car, it's not always going to be able to only be like 5 feet away. It might be kind of far away, and you will want to have as long a cable as possible. Now, using a jumper cable, there are plenty of instructions online. You will want to make sure, to do it the proper way, but having some jumper cables on hand, it's always a very smart thing to do. I always tell people I have one pair of jumper cables that are always in the garage and one pair that sits in your trunk. Usually I tell people if you can shove it into the spare tire well, just shove it in there. It's always good to have them on hand, and sometimes it might actually be you playing the hero because you might find someone in a parking lot who needs a jump, and then you can be the one to help them out. And it's always good to get some good Samaritan points, right? In the same way that batteries die, tires do lose air, so you will also want to get a nice air compressor for your vehicle. They have some nice portable ones. Some of them are battery powered, some of them are plug-in. The one I linked below, it's actually pretty nice. I use that one myself. It fills the tires pretty good time. You could also use it on other forms of tires like bike tires. No. Batteries die, and also car tires lose their air. So you do want to have a nice air compressor on hand, such as the one that I linked below. That is actually the exact same one I use, and honestly, I've had it for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it's been pretty good. I highly recommend having a nice one on hand, at least in your garage, if you don't want to have a battery powered one in your vehicle. Because again, a big part of normal maintenance is checking your tire pressure, and this way you don't have to go to a gas station whenever you need to put air in your tires or go to a tire shop, because sometimes they might charge you for that. So make sure to have your own air compressor. It's just another useful piece of equipment, as of course, along with a nice functioning tire, air pressure gauge. always keep an eye on your tires because it's also just a way to find out if they have other issues. For example, you might notice, hey, how come one of my 4 tires, the air pressure is low? Well, it could just be because there's a screw in it. And then you got to get that fixed, whether it is by patch or a new tire, whatever way. So remember guys, air compressor, get a good one. Your car may get hit one day. You want to have a nice dash camera on hand. All right, have one that's nice and wired up. If anything, just have a nice basic one, such as the ResqMe V1 that I have linked below. I have used that same dash camera in over 11 or 12 vehicles so far, wired a bunch of different ways. You know, I highly recommend having one because you might one day get in a car accident and you will want to have some video. They do also sell some nice ones that will also record, out of your back windshield as well. I usually just do a nice simple front windshield one just because I just don't feel like running wires from the front to the back of the vehicle. But whichever you want to do, just have a nice, dash camera on hand to ensure that, if anything happens, you have video proof in case it wasn't your fault. All right, guys, so imagine this again, a car accident. You need to get out of your vehicle. You need to 1, break the glass of your window, and 2, you have to get free of your seatbelt. For whatever reason, the mechanism to release the seatbelt might not be working anymore and you do need to cut it. You want to have a tool on hand. So I always buy a couple of these items down below. This is the ResqMe. Again, Amazon link below, relatively inexpensive. I really love the ResqMe tool because it is both a seatbelt cutter and a spring-loaded window breaker. Now, my favorite part about it is it's small. So I zip tie one underneath the steering console on pretty much every vehicle I own, so that if I'm ever in a car accident, I know where it is, it won't go flying around. It's nice and small, it has a nice quick release buckle on it, and that way, in case of emergency, I can cut the seatbelt as needed, break the window, and get out of the vehicle. Again, it's nice to have something that you can just tie underneath the steering area and just, leave it there. I think I have like 6 of them at this point, because sometimes I thought I lost them and I'd buy a new one. But yeah, definitely guys, have something like that for an emergency. It is so important to be able to get out of your vehicle when you need to. There's nothing worse than trying to get out and maybe you're unable to break the window on your own or get seatbelt off, because usually in those kind of situations, every second matters. And with that, guys, those are the top items that I recommend if you are a car owner. And with that, guys, if you are a vehicle owner, I highly recommend you look into these items. Highly recommend it. Honestly, some of them are pretty good gift items too. Maybe you know a new driver. Hey, that's a good thing to buy them. Buy them, for example, the ResqMe, seatbelt cutter and window breaker. Those are excellent items to buy for them. You want to make sure you're safe. You want to make sure you're prepared for most of the situations that will get thrown at you in your car ownership. So make sure to look into those. Now, I do like to use my YouTube videos as a source of discussion. If there's anything else I should have added, anything I should not have added, any of that kind of stuff, do let me know in the comments down below, guys. And with that, this is Rob, and have a good one.